Welcome to the School of Life. Today we want to look at how to maintain a healthy life. This is my blood pressure monitor, which I always use to monitor my blood pressure. You have to make sure that your blood pressure doesn't rise unnecessarily. From age 40, you have to be checking your blood pressure almost every day to make sure that it is in shape. But how do you keep your blood pressure at 120/80? That is what we are coming to look at today. And I want you to watch everything because it's going to benefit you. We all know that to make sure that your blood pressure is good, you need to take a lot of water. You need to make sure that you exercise, you have a lot of rest, and that you eat good food, a healthy diet. But there are other things that keep our blood pressure up, and that is what we are coming to look at. What are the things that actually push our blood pressure up? It is a secret that I'm coming to share with you. One day I was with my granddad and he told me this story that his father told him. In fact, my granddad had returned from a hospital and the blood pressure was 120/80. And the doctor was surprised. So the doctor asked him, how come at such an age you have 120/80? Because normally it should be higher, at least 160/120 or over 100 or something like that. But yours is 120/80. What is the secret? And according to my granddad, he told the doctor that the secret to healthy life, the secret to keeping your blood pressure down is to make sure that you avoid negative S and embrace 2 positive S. Baffled, the doctor asked, what S's are you talking about? Let alone to talk about negative and positive S's. And then he said, yes, we have some S, negative, and some are positive, and these are the things that will weigh you down if you don't really work on them well. According to my granddad, he said that all the negative S's must be avoided. Now, what are the negative S's? They are stress. In fact, that is the major one, stress. Stress is the parent negative S with other S's in between, bagging human beings. Stress, a whole lot of things cause stress to us. When you are ill, your body will be stressed, your mind will be stressed, and that can keep your blood pressure up. And therefore, you have to make sure that you avoid all forms of sicknesses, especially the preventable ones. Make sure you check your salt intake because it's not good for your health. Avoid red meat. That one is also not good for your health. And then you exercise, and then you drink a lot of water, and then you rest. We know this already. So we have to avoid sicknesses. Then the next thing that we need to avoid is sorrow. Sorrow. Every situation that can lead us into sorrowful mood must be avoided. Anything that can lead to regret must be avoided if you really want to have good health and keep your blood pressure down. Avoid every form of sorrow, sadness, and sad conditions. If it is possible, the next S that you should avoid is suffering. Suffering. In all ways, make sure you don't put yourself under any form of suffering. So avoid all these things. Avoid every form of scandal, and your life will be better. Keep a clean heart and a clear mind. That is all. You are good to go. Okay? Now, let's look at things that cause stress, apart from sickness, sorrow, and suffering, scandals and all those things which will cause us stress. We have other things that we have to look at. The next one, which is major contributor to stress, is your partner. In fact, in life, there is one thing you must always choose. Those whom you will work with. Your partner could be your friend, a business associate, a co-worker. Select people to travel this journey with, and select people who will not stress you out. In fact, your partner could be your wife or your husband. If your wife or your husband is stressing you up, you need to find a way of avoiding such a person. Yes, divorce is not encouraged. Separating husband and wife is not something that should be encouraged. But I must tell you, if you will live long, it depends on your wife or your husband. Is he or she stressing you up? I like some quotation in the Bible. It is in the book of Proverbs. It says that it is good to stay on rooftop than to live in a room or under the roof with a quarrelsome wife, a bitter woman, a woman who will stress you up. And this quotation is repeated 3 times in the book of Proverbs. Somewhere else it says that it is better to stay on the desert than to stay with a quarrelsome woman, an insulting woman, a nagging woman under a same roof. Yes, it is better for the weather to punish you rather than to stay with somebody who will stress you up. So if your husband or your wife is stressing you up, please find a way of avoiding her if it is possible. Nobody likes it, but you may seek for divorce just to protect your life, to keep your blood pressure down, to keep your health, so that you can even live to take care of the children. Normally, people would say, oh, because of the children, make sure you are together with your husband or with your wife. If the person is going to cause you a lot of stress, avoid the person no matter what. Okay? Your working environment, is it causing you a lot of stress? Find a way of dealing with it. If possible, change your work, your job, so that your stress levels can come down. So this is what my granddad told him, that basically he had such information from his dad, who actually died healthy. And according to my granddad, that is also helping him a lot. Now, there are 2 positive S's that we have to embrace. One of them is smile, and the next one is silence. If your life is going to be better for you, these are the 2 S's. If you are going to keep your blood pressure down, okay, then make sure that you avoid all negative S and embrace positive S's. And the positive S's, as I have mentioned, are smile and silence. Sometimes you need to just smile at certain situations. Ask yourself, if you find yourself in a situation, what can you do about it? If you can do nothing about it, then why worry? Let it go. Let it be. If you can do something about it, then do it. You don't have to stay and be worrying. Just smile at the situations, smile at the storms of your life, and you are good to go. It's not easy, but that is one thing that will help you. Remember, I've already told you that you have to keep a clean heart and a clear mind. Yes, harbor nothing against anybody. Keep calm. Just smile at situations, and it will help you. The next one is silence. Somewhere in the Holy Scriptures, it says that the one who is able to keep his tongue, who is able to control his tongue, that person is wise. In the book of Proverbs, it says the same thing. That even a fool, when he keeps silent, everybody regards him as a wise person. So sometimes it's good that we keep our silence. You don't have to always talk to situations. You don't always let people hear about you unless you have something positive to say. Learn to be silent. Keep a quiet life. Mind your own business and don't poke your nose in other people's affairs. It is for your own good. It is for your own good. Make sure you keep your silence. Instead of arguing and trying to prove your point, be silent. Yes, if you prove your point, if you let everybody get to know you are right, what do you get from it? I read something from a renowned scholar. His name is Shefkera. He says that if you are right, keep quiet. And if you realize in an argument that you are wrong, then shut up. Shut up. It's not important that you always prove your point. Fine, you may prove your point, you may make your case, but if you should win an argument and lose a friend, what have you gotten? If you should argue with your boss and win the argument, and later lose the emotional touch with your boss, what do you get? Yes, so basically these are some of the things we need to do. Select the right people, select the right worship that you think will help you, select the right lifestyle, select a quiet lifestyle, and then select social cleanliness. Don't mess yourself up with other people's affairs. It doesn't help. But after everything, what I would want to say is this: avoid all negative S's. The biggest of all of them is stress. Avoid stress whenever possible. Make sure you're healthy. Make sure you don't find yourself in sorrowful situations. Avoid suffering. Avoid scandals. Avoid bad partners. Avoid bad friends. Avoid bad working environment. And embrace two positive S's, and they are smile and silence. If you find this content good enough, why don't you subscribe to this channel? I'll be coming your way with more. Thank you very much for watching.